Guys, I finally did it. After playing this game for 3 years, I completed every animal pass that exists in Super Animal Royale. To celebrate this achievement, I thought it would be a fun idea to make a video where I rank all 16 animal passes that currently exist in this game from worst to best. Now all of the animal passes are equal when it comes to saw tickets, car coins and animal serum. The only thing that really matters here are the cosmetics. Each animal pass has exactly 28 cosmetics, and while I could just order them by how I overall feel about them, I decided to not do that. Instead, I weighted all of the cosmetics from every animal pass. Each cosmetic will get 0 to 3 points. 3 is the best score and goes to the great cosmetics and highlights that you mostly grind the animal pass for. 2 points goes for the cosmetics that are good but nothing too amazing. 1 point is for all of the mediocre cosmetics that aren't bad but not really good either. And 0 points goes to the cosmetics that are either just ugly or really bland and boring. Adding all of the points for the cosmetics together will then create the total score for the animal pass. I did this with each animal pass and ranked them all from least to most points. Now this is obviously all very subjective, every one of us has different preferences when it comes to cosmetics. Still, I thought it would be fun to go through all of the animal passes and rank them. So let's start with what is in my opinion the weakest animal pass that currently exists in this game. Coming at the very bottom of the list is the Busy pass from Season 2. Now first off, a little note. The first 4 animal passes, which are the 2 passes from the early access and the seasons 1 and 2 ones, have no overview image of our cosmetic items, which means I had to screenshot these passes from the wiki to get an overview of all the items, which unfortunately isn't as clearly laid out as the official overview image is, but what can I do when the animal pass doesn't have that? Now the season 2 pass did have this image to advertise and show off the pass, but it only had a couple of its cosmetics on it. Anyway, let's talk about why this is the weakest animal pass in my opinion, and how it only got 36 points. The main theme for this pass is construction, which sounds like a cool theme at first, but there honestly isn't that much that you can do with it really, and because of this, a lot of the cosmetics here are just uninteresting. Most importantly though is the unfortunate high amount of 0 pointers, which are 6 in total, and even includes the first 2 cosmetics of the pass. The safety vest and honeycomb glasses are ugly, the tortoise glasses are just a rehash of the animal glasses from the season 1 pass, and look worse too on top of that, and the accountant uniform is just really bland. Then there are the weapon skins. The honeycomb pistol is ugly and the construction AK is not only ugly as well, it's also pretty bland. I mean it literally is just an AK wrapped in construction tape. The last weapon skin, the wooden magnum, is pretty good but nothing great either. We already had a better magnum skin in the beach party pass at that point. There also are only 2 cosmetics that got 3 points. I do really like the lace umbrella as it has a very pretty and unique design, and the Keva outfit just looks awesome. I actually got this pass before some of the ones higher on this list, purely because I wanted that purple Keva outfit so much. There are some other good cosmetics too, like the chainsaw, the steampunk outfits, wallblock gravestone. I also quite like the concept of the sticky note. As for the emote, I probably would have given it 3 points if you could also walk around while using it. This is an emote where it would make legitimate sense, but you can't. It still is a good emote though and still gets 2 points. Another problem with this pass is that there's no mini pet in here. In fact, this is the only animal pass to not have a mini pet since they were first introduced with season 1. The season 1 animal pass has a pet, so why doesn't this one have one too? This animal pass was actually the perfect opportunity to give us a mini beaver as a pet, and pets are in my opinion always at least 2 points worth. Overall, this animal pass just doesn't impress and feels forgettable compared to the other ones. I always considered this the weakest animal pass, so seeing this one at the very bottom was no surprise to me. Second from the bottom is the Saw vs Rebellion pass from season 3. Yeah, the pass that came on after season 2 wasn't much better unfortunately, and only got 1 more point with 37. This animal pass does have an overview image that shows all of the cosmetics, which is great. The ones for the season 3 and 4 passes are in a bit low quality, but that's still way better than no image. This animal pass is themed after the Saw vs Rebellion mode, and honestly, I don't think a game mode makes for a very good theme for an animal pass, especially because we already have gotten many Saw vs Rebellion themed cosmetics outside of this animal pass. Again, there are 6 zeros here, including both of the tactical glasses and the Musewald glasses, which I all find ugly. And boring generic stuff like the janitorial uniform, hunting knife, we already have other knife melees in this game, and the Roosevelt hat. We already have many top hats in this game, including 2 from previous animal passes that both look way better than this one. As for weapon skins, it's definitely better than the Season 2 pass, but still not really good. I do really like the Desert SMG as it has a pretty cool and unique color scheme, but the Camo BGC is a bit bland and the Flower M16 also isn't that good. I probably would have given both of these more points if it wasn't for the fact that both of these weapons have many other skins from other passes that are way better. Many of you are probably going to be surprised about the fact that I only gave the city mode 2 points and not 3. But honestly, I think this emote is somewhat overrated. It's nice and especially good for the photo booth, but I don't think it's anything amazing or special either. And many other annual pass emotes are better in my opinion. One good thing about this pass is that we got a mini pet here, unlike with the Season 2 pass. The mini hippo isn't one of my favorite pets though, and for that reason it doesn't get 3 points either. There only are 3 cosmetics that got 3 points, which is one more than the Season 2 pass, but still low compared to the other passes. Already mentioned the Desert SMG. As for the others, I really like the design of the Saw Winter Camo outfit. Normally I'm not a very big fan of more realistic clothing items in this game, which is also probably the reason why this animal pass scored so low for me, but the design of this thing is great and it looks awesome. And of course, Boneless is getting 3 points for me. I mean, how could I not? As for some of the 2 pointers, we got the Peace Glasses, the Desert Rebel outfit, the Saw Ticket Briefcase Gravestone, and the Rebel Guitar, which I probably would have given 3 points if we didn't already had other better looking string instrument melees, including some from other animal passes. Fun fact, this even was the very last animal pass that I got, because it just didn't had anything that I really wanted or needed, which is also why I expected this one to rank low on here. Now this is an unfortunate one. Yeah, third from the bottom is the Grand Opening Pass from Season 12. It really hurts to see that this annual pass is so low and only managed to get 39 points. Why? This was the animal pass that came out with the Super Animal World expansion, which was not only the biggest update the game has ever gotten, but it's also my personal favorite update. On top of that, because that update was so big when it came out in December 2025, this was the first animal pass we had gotten since September 2024, which was over a year. This was easily the longest period we ever had with no new animal pass since they were first introduced. You would definitely expect something better for such a grand and amazing update, especially because this pass is even themed after that update, which means there are many different themes in this pass. Now let's do the positives first, since there's a bit more of that on here than on the last 2 passes. First off, I love both of the weapon skins in this pass. The Jag is a weapon that always gets some of the best skins, and this waistcoat design is no exception. The colors and pattern look great on the Jag. The Koinobori minigun is designed after traditional Japanese wind sockets. It's an interesting yet also very cool and detailed design that fits the minigun well. There's also the mini emo pet, which is definitely one of the best mini pets from all passes. The bird mini pets use a different base and have different animations from the other mini pets, and this and the chicken from the Season 5 pass are the only bird pets that you can get from an animal pass. All the other ones are only available in the Saw shop, and keep in mind that each pet costs about as much as an older animal pass and doesn't even give you any tickets back. It's also just generally cool to have an emo as a pet. It feels especially awesome when you're riding on an emo while at it. Lastly, there's the butterfly face paint. Face paints are always great, this game needs more of them, and this one looks like Fluttershy's cutie mark, so this one's also an easy 3-pointer. As for the 2 pointers, we got the fish finger, racing outfit, hiking sunglasses, all of the ladybug cosmetics, and the fishing bag, which has quite a unique way to use the neck spot. Now let's get to the bad stuff. The bug bucket head and dress are incredibly ugly, the hiking stick is incredibly bland, and the cargo watch outfit has to be the worst final item out of all animal passes. It's ugly and very similar to the teddy bear onesie from the Season 11 pass, which I already wasn't a fan of. Then there's the compass, which I gave 0 points not only because we have many other similar golden neck cosmetics, including from other animal passes, but the compass itself doesn't even work. I know this is only a very small neckwear cosmetic, but still would have been a cool gimmick to have the compass actually work, but it doesn't, and thus it's a blank cosmetic. There's also the emote, which is unfortunately my least favorite Animal Pass emote. It's neither interesting or anything cool or useful for the photo booth, and another thing that made this Animal Pass rather disappointing to me. Now first off, these next two Animal Passes are actually tied and have the exact same amount of points, the only ones where this happened on here. I ended up somewhat dissecting the tie by going by personal preference and gave the Animal Pass that speak more to me the higher spot. With that said, on this spot is a Slow Jam Pass from Season 6, which ended up getting 40 points. This was the second to last pass that I got, not counting the most recent one, because it only came out 1.5 months ago. As for this pass, I generally quite like most of the music themed stuff, but the Swarm themed stuff not so much. Let's do the music stuff first, which includes the emote, which is obviously awesome. Pete's song is easily one of the best and most iconic songs of the game, and that you can play it and still walk while at it is just amazing. The banjo has a great design and is also a clear highlight, and the trumpet is really good as well, so is the piano tie. Then there are the weapon skins. Now both the guitar M60 and piano egg launcher are great looking weapon skins that even make the sounds of the instruments when you use them. The musical Dartfly gun is quite ugly though. The pattern looks okay on the umbrella, but on the Dartfly gun it's just bad. We already had a skin for this weapon on the previous pass that looks way better. And since we're already on it now, let's talk about the other Zeros too. Both the Peace Bats and Swamp Cat shirt just don't look good to me. The Croc Tooth necklace is boring, and the Swamp Hermit outfit somehow manages to be both bland and ugly. Some of the good but not great cosmetics are the Croc Visor, Jam Jar Gravestone, Crayfish, Lily Pad Cap, and the Mini Sloth Pet, which is a cool pet, but not one of my favorites. We have other pets that do look somewhat similar to it, so I don't think it was worth giving it 3 points. There definitely are some highlights in here, but also too many ugly and bland cosmetics. Overall, this Animal Pass is okay, but still lacking compared to most of the other ones. 12th on this list is the Super Animal World Pass from Season 1, not to be confused with the Super Animal World expansion, which was Season 12. Just like the pass from that season though, this is also one that really should have been better, since this was the pass that we got when the game left the early access and got its full release. This pass also has 40 points and is tied with the Season 6 pass, but as already said, I dissected the tie. Now this pass doesn't really have much of a theme. The Season 2 pass was actually like the first one to really have a proper theme, and it's a bit all over the place because of that, and also quite hit or miss. There's some great stuff on here. The Party Horn emote is a really fun one. I love the design and color of the Saw Visitor outfit, and the Kick SMG is such a great weapon skin. There also are a lot of 2-pointers here, like the Chocolate Pistol, Ice Cream Cone, or Water Bottle. The food-themed items in general are almost all pretty good. This is also the first Animal Pass to have a mini pet. The mini capybara isn't one of my favorites either, but still I think the pets are always worth at least 2 points, especially considering how pricey ones outside of V-passes are. Now probably the biggest problem with this pass and why it ended up ranking rather low is repetition. For example, the regular Kathy apron is a pretty good looking cosmetic. Do we really need this half apron that's pretty much the same and looks way worse? Then there's the Grapefruit umbrella, which is very similar to the orange umbrella from the early access pass. It's not bad or ugly enough to be a 0-pointer, but still. And then there are these animal glasses. Now the zebra and tiger ones are okay, but we really didn't need a third one that has the same colors as the tiger ones and a worse pattern. The other 0-pointers include the bland and ugly banana dress, the super generic looking Pout Guide uniform, and the safari dart gun. This weapon skin was actually the original design for this weapon. While it's a neat idea to put an old design of a weapon as a skin in the game, this one is just really bland and the color looks unappealing. I can definitely see why they scrapped that design. The regular dart gun we have nowadays looks way better. As said, there definitely is some really good stuff on here, but also just too many rehashes and ugly looking cosmetics that really bring this one down. Next on the list is the Party Animal Pass from Season 9. I always considered this one of the weakest passes, but after looking through it again and scoring it, it ended up ranking quite a bit better than I expected with 41 points. Now the reason why I never was the biggest fan of this animal pass was that a lot of the cosmetics here are just too crazy and colorful looking, particularly the Mardi Gras outfit and dress and Harlequin had an outfit, which I all gave 0 points. I like me some colorful cosmetics, but these ones are just way too much. Then there are the weapon skins. Now most animal passes usually have 2 or 3 weapon skins. This one has 4 however, which sounds great at first. Unfortunately, they all pretty much have the same not very good design. Now the Deagle is the one where this design looks the best in my opinion. It's still not great, but good nonetheless, and it's also the only Deagle weapon skin out of an actual animal pass as of now, which only makes this one better. Then there's the laser, where it also looks decent, but we already had a blue laser skin in the Season 8 pass, which came out just before this one, and that skin looks way better in my opinion. The Dartfly gun is also not bad, but again we already had a better Dartfly gun skin in the Season 5 pass. And then there's the Tommy. For some reason they decided to make the pattern on the Tommy green instead of blue, and it's so ugly. The red just doesn't fit with the green at all. Besides, the Tommy already has enough green skins, including one from the Beach Party pass that looks infinitely better. There's also the final cosmetic of the animal pass, the Oprah tuxedo. Yeah, it looks somewhat cool, but it's also quite similar to the Conductor tuxedo from the Season 8 pass. And personally, I prefer the cleaner, more elegant look of that one. Now, for all of the bad and mid cosmetics this pass has, there also are some real highlights here. The Hound Dog emote is awesome, even if it's somewhat similar to the Slow Jam emote from the Season 6 pass. The Disco Umbrella looks really cool, and I love the sound it makes when you jump out with it. The Mini Crocodile is one of the best mini pets, and then there's the photo booth scene. Now this is one of the 4 passes to have a photo booth scene, and while these may not be useful for everyone, I think they're pretty neat, and this one is definitely the best one out of all of the annual pass ones. There's some other good stuff too, like the Pizza Umbrella, Banana Split Greystone, or the Sparkling Health Juice, which is possibly the closest thing we have to alcohol in this game. As a whole, similar to the Season 1 pass, this is an annual pass that has some real highlights, but also some really ugly stuff. Starting off the top 10, we have the first of the 2 passes that we're gonna be early access. This being the second one of these, the Beach Party Pass, or Season 0.5 Pass as it's also sometimes referred to. I'm just going to call it the Beach Party Pass since Season 0.5 just doesn't feel right to me. Now of the first 3 passes, this one is probably the closest one to have any sort of theme. There still are just too many cosmetics that aren't related to the beach or coastal setting to really call it themed though. Now this annual pass has a total of 42 points, which is 1 more than the previous one. What's interesting about this pass is that there's a real gap of quality between its first and its second half, with the second one being much better. Literally all of the zeros are in the first half, whereas all of the threes are in the second half. Since they're all in the first half, let's do the zeros first. We have the Fisherman overalls, which I just find kind of ugly. The Marching Cane, which is literally just a black stick, like what the? Then there's the Life Jacket, which is interesting since it's a neck cosmetic. I'm all for interesting usages for the neck spot, but this Life Jacket not only covers up your whole outfit, it also just looks ugly. Then we also have a rehash with the marching band outfit and skirt. I think the skirt one looks better, which is why I gave the outfit the 0. We really don't need such a blatant rehash of a mediocre cosmetic. Alright, now let's get to the good stuff. We have a point emote, which is a really cool emote that is both unique and quite useful too even. The fact that you can still walk around while using it only makes it better. As for some of the good cosmetics, we have a clarinet, strawberry costume, pretty much all of the glasses in this pass, and the Hooperfield top hat, which is one of the best looking top hats in the game. But what really carries this annual pass are the weapon skins. This is definitely one of the best passes for weapon skins for sure. The first one, the fish hunting rifle, is pretty good, but not the best for that weapon. But the other 3 ones are amazing. The Lemon Tommy, Ocean Magnum, and Vaporwave M16 are all amongst my favorite weapon skins in the game, the Ocean Magnum especially. It's such a simple yet awesome looking design. Again, another pass with some real highlights, but also some legit lows. We go from one early access pass to the other because at number 9 is the first ever annual pass, the early access pass, or Season 0 pass. This pass again scored 1 point more than the previous one with 43, and again is one with some real highlights and some true lows. Pretty much all of the zeros are cosmetics that I just find to be really bland and uninteresting. These are the grey trench coat, harpoon, billhook and grey professor outfit. None of these are actually ugly, they're just super generic. But I guess it's to be expected that the first ever Animal Pass will have some rather generic cosmetics. There also are a lot of one-pointers here, but I don't think most of these are really that interesting to talk about. So let's move on to the good stuff. One thing that really stands out about this Animal Pass are the weapon skins, purely because of how many of them are on here. Most Animal Passes have either 2 or 3 different weapon skins in them. This one has 6 and some of them are pretty great. Those early passes really cater towards the weapon skin lovers. Now let's talk about all of those weapon skins from weakest to best. First is the Rebellion AK, which looks cool but is very similar to the regular AK and just kinda boring for that reason, so I only gave that one 1 point. Next is the Line Pistol. It's just a very green pistol, but I can like some simple looking weapon skins. I like green and it looks good on the pistol, so this one gets 2 points. Now we're already at the 3-pointers, starting with the Flower Shotgun. A lot of weapons have this sort of design and pattern in this game, but it always looks really good and the shotgun is no exception. The pink Sakura Sniper is a very worthy cosmetic to end this pass on, and I love the SAW M16 because that black color just looks so cool on that weapon. Finally, my favorite weapon skin on here is the Elite Silenced Pistol. I seriously love the design and colors of this one, and it may be my favorite silenced pistol skin in the game along with the Moon one. As you can see, I'm kind of a sucker for black weapon skins. Outside of the weapon skins, the only other cosmetic to get 3 points are the purple triangle shades. The regular black triangle shades are already some of my favorite glasses, and these purple ones are at least just as cool. As for the 2-pointers, we have the Squeaky Mallet, Sports Swimsuit, purple cheerleader outfit, as well as the fruit umbrellas. I know I've been a bit harsh on repetition so far in this video, but I really like the design of these fruit umbrellas and I do like all 3 of them here. The grapefruit one from the Season 1 pass still wasn't needed though. Finally there's the I Surrender emote, which is an awesome emote, but I do kinda wish that you could walk around while using it, which you unfortunately can't. It's pretty much the same as with the clipboard emote from the Season 2 pass. Still, even with a few bland cosmetics, this Annual Pass holds up quite well for being such an oldie. I mean, it managed to rank higher than the 4 passes that came out directly after it, which is definitely an achievement. We're now halfway done with the list, and starting off the higher half of this list is the latest Animal Pass, the Supernatural Pass from the current 14th season, with 44 points. Yes, we literally went from the oldest Animal Pass to the newest one. This pass also has the bug and fishing theme that we already had with the Season 12 pass. Normally I'm not a big fan of repeating themes, but this pass does that theme so much better than the Season 12 one that I won't even complain. This pass is actually kinda similar to the Beach Party pass, because just like that one, all of the zeros are in the first half, whereas all of the threes are in the second half. It's strange how there are 2 animal passes where this ended up happening. 3 out of the 5 zeros are because I just find the cosmetic to be really bland and boring. Those are the Shark Tooth Necklace, Fishing Spear and Hoe. The fishbowl is a 0 because wearing that thing on top of your head just looks kinda weird to me, and the fishnet I gave a 0 because you already have a net since the Super Animal World expansion. I even wanted to believe that this was going to be a skin for the bug catching net, which would have been really cool, but no, it's just a regular melee skin. Another problem that you may have already noticed is that there are no weapon skins in this pass. Every other Animal Pass has at least 2 weapon skins, and I have no idea why this one doesn't, especially because we even got new weapons, 2 you could even say, with this update. Now let's get to the good things of this pass. The highlights here are obviously the wings. For the longest time, the angel wings from the SAW shop were the only wing cosmetic we had, so seeing more wings is always great. The butterfly wings in particular look amazing. Same goes for the butterfly umbrella too. The aquarium dress I gave a 3 because I really love the color and design of it. This pass also finally gave us a photo booth background again. It's not as good as the backgrounds from the Season 9 and 10 passes, but still. I was somewhat disappointed by the mini elephant pet at first, because it's similar to the mini rhino, which was the mini pet of the previous pass, and also already similar to the mini hippo from the Season 3 pass. It's a mini pet, so it's still at least 2 points, but I do hope that the next Animal Pass will have a more interesting and unique mini pet again. We also have the shrug emote, which is a pretty cool and fun emote, but not quite enough for me to give it 3 points. Some more good cosmetics here are the caterpillar scarf, fish fruit gravestone, hibiscus swim shorts, and fly glasses. Since this is a current season, I would definitely recommend buying this pass now where it's still on discount. Despite the lack of weapon skins, it's a really good pass. Our number 7 is fittingly the Super Healthy Pass from Season 7. Now this pass is actually quite special to me personally. I started playing this game during Season 7 and this was the first Animal Pass that I ever bought. The Season 7 and 8 Animal Passes are just really nostalgic to me for that reason. If this list was purely personal, this pass probably would have made it into the top 5. Still, 7th and 45 points in total is still really good. This pass is more consistent than the previous ones, having only 2 zeros and more 1s and 2s. The only 2 zeros here are the scrubs, which look boring, and the fruit umbrella, which I found ugly. Everything else here is at least okay. My favorite part of this annual pass are the lemur themed cosmetics. The hunting rifle skin and bow both look great, and the mini lemur may be my favorite mini pet in the game. Yeah, part of it is because it was my first one, but it also just is such a great and cute looking design. Other highlights are the thermometer pistol, which is my favorite pistol skin, Warner sunglasses, and of course the aerobics emote, which is a really fun emote with some pretty cool music on top of that. The good cosmetics include the health juice box, gravestone, medic dart gun, jogging suit, and medic umbrella, which I mostly like for the blue light on top. Other than that, there really isn't much to say about this pass, and many of the cosmetics here are 1-pointers. But hey, with 6 3-pointers and only 2 zeros, this is a really strong pass, and I'm more than happy about this being my first ever Animal Pass. Next up is the Sense of Scale Pass from Season 4. Now this Annual Pass actually scored quite similarly to the previous one, having only one more total point at 46, lots of 1s, only a few zeros but also many 3s. This one however has both one more 0 and 3. This Annual Pass has sort of a double theme, with one of them being reptiles and the other one sizes. While this is a great pass overall, I do definitely like the reptile themed cosmetics more. In fact, all of but one of the 3s are reptile themed, whereas all of the zeros come from the size theme. Let's get the zeros out of the way first. Personally, I really don't see the appeal of a shrunk suit, and the mole man cap and outfit look really bland. Fortunately, by this Animal Pass, we already start to get less bland stuff like this, which is why the rest of the pass is so good. Starting off with the good stuff, we have the snakeskin cosmetics, which look really cool, especially the jacket. The reptile glasses are super cool. I love the mini lizard pet. The frilled lizard umbrella has such a freaky yet awesome design, and the T-pose emote is another great and fun emote. Then there are the weapon skins. There's only 2 of them, but they both are amazing. The gecko dual pistols are the only dual pistol from Animal Pass, and they're great. Finally, there's the reptile shotgun, which has to be one of the coolest looking weapon skins in the whole game. Other good cosmetics that deserve a brief mention are the scale mail, zoot suit, and the jumbo sunglasses that start off the Animal Pass. You're also probably noticing that the higher up this list goes, the less I have to say about these passes. Well, there's just not much to say when the pass is good and doesn't have many bad cosmetics. Starting off the top 5 is the Bright Future Pass from Season 13. Putting my opinions on Season 13 aside, the pass that we got with this season was great without a doubt, and it got 47 points. I actually always kinda wanted a space themed Animal Pass, and we got that with this one. Funny enough, this Annual Pass is sorta the opposite of the Season 14 one. While that one started out weak and got stronger as it progresses, this one starts out really strong but gets weaker as it goes on. Now what really carries this pass are the space umbrella, bow, and dress. The design, color, and pattern for these are so cool. The orange of a nightcap and onesie does put these ones lower to me. Outside of that, the only other 3-pointer is the moonwalk emote, which immediately became one of my favorite dance emotes in the game. Some of the good cosmetics are the crescent moon, rocket ship, planet necklace, and the mini rhino pet, which is a good pet but doesn't really have anything that makes it stand out compared to some of the other ones. As for the zeros, we have only 2 of them. There are the alien bucket hat and the sci-fi glasses, which I both find to be really ugly and uninteresting. The last thing worth talking about here are the weapon skins, which I'm not a very big fan of. I'm just not really into the sci-fi aesthetics for the weapon skins, and they just don't fit to any of my animals. In general, I like the space themed cosmetics here a lot more than the sci-fi themed ones. Still, out of the 3 animal passes we've gotten so far in this current era of the game, this one is the best. There's going to be a bit of a jump on the number of points here, since we've now reached the 50 points mark. Now the truly fantastic passes are coming up, and the first one of these is the by popular request pass from season 11. Now this is actually quite a special animal pass. This was the last animal pass before the Super Animal World expansion, and the only animal pass ever that was available for free during its season. It no longer is, since season 11 has long been over by now, and on top of that, this animal pass is almost completely made up by community suggested items, which is why it doesn't have any theme, but also probably why it got 50 points. This is probably the most consistent animal pass on this ranking. It only has 1 0 and just 4 3s, but a lot of 2s, which are the main factor behind its high score. Now the one and only 0 is the teddy bear onesie, which just looks kind of weird and ugly to me. As for the highlights, we have the mini bearded dragon pet, which has a cool design and color, the Fluttershy emote, and the weapon skins. The Super White Sniper has a really awesome looking design, and I really like the cardboard weapons too, although I do prefer the shotgun over the egg launcher. The shotgun just uses the cardboard theme better, and we already have many better egg launcher skins from other passes. It still is a good skin and 2 points nonetheless. Some of the many 2-pointers are the arcade umbrella, idle microphone, super white tie, and the broken juicer gravestone, which is referencing the super juicer, which was a power up that got removed with the season. The last cosmetic I want to mention are the night vision goggles, where I wish there were an eye cosmetic and not one for the head. Overall, this is a really great pass, and the fact that it was for free when it came out only makes it better. We're now in the top 3, and the bronze medal of animal passes goes to the Friends of Feral pass from season 5. This great and colorful pass got a total of 51 points and has 7 cosmetics that got 3 points. There still are 3 zeros here as well though. Let's get those out of the way first. First off are the colorful glasses, which are just ugly, and the same goes for the songbird dress and colorful pullover too. I do quite like the colorful coat though. I can like colorful when it's done white. Now let's get to the highlights. Starting off with the 2 weapon skins, I already like the paint splatter pattern on the umbrella, but it works so well with the Doubtfly gun. It kinda makes it look like a paintball gun, which is pretty cool. The bamboo egg launcher also has a really nice design, and I love how they swapped out the chicken with the parrot on the skin. Let's do the mini chicken next. This mini pet was really special when it first was added, as it had its own unique model and animation. We only even got more pets with this model in late 2025 with the Super Animal World expansion, over 3 years after this pass came out. And even nowadays, we only have 4 other pets with this model, with only one of these being from another animal pass, the mini emu from the season 12 pass. Then there's the splits emote, which is a really underrated emote, and I love the sound that it makes. The chicken nugget gravestone may unironically be my favorite gravestone in the game. What can I say? It has a great design and I like chicken nuggets. Finally, my 2 absolute favorites of this pass are the purple boa and the peacock glasses. The purple boa is still one of, if not the most unique neck cosmetic, and it looks amazing on top of that. I really wish we would get more boas for the neck spot. And the peacock glasses just look gorgeous and might even be my favorite glasses in the game. As for the good cosmetics, we have a flamingo umbrella, giant Eagle Airlines uniform and hat, and the cat headband, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have given 3 points. Overall, this is easily one of the best animal passes in the game. In my opinion, the second best animal pass is the Dragon's Loot pass from season 10. This pass has a fantasy and medieval theme, which works really well in my opinion, and why it got a total of 53 points. This pass is tied with the number 1 spot for the most frees at 8, and there's only 102 on top of that, which are the medieval glasses, which I just find really ugly. The only other somewhat disappointing thing here is the elf bow. I don't know why, but I feel like this skin should look way better than it actually does, but maybe that's just me. The other 2 weapon skins, the medieval minigun and Excalibur AK, are really great though. We also have the loot, which may even be my favorite string instrument melee. I really like the design of that one. Then there's the Penguin Palace photo booth background, which I gave 3 points because the Penguin Palace is the best spot in the game. But let's be real here, the main reason why this pet got so many points is because I'm a brony. I mean, we got a pony as a pet, the Book of Friendship as a gravestone, the hat of a great and powerful Trixie, the best character of the show, and the club emote, which is without a doubt the most sus emote in the game. For those of you who don't know what clopping is, look it up at your own risk. Some of the good cosmetics include the Holy Grail, D20 Gravestone, Elven Tiara, and Wizard Staff. But even with this animal pass pandering towards bronies like me, there still is one animal pass that's even better. And in my opinion, the best animal pass in Super Animal Royale is the Silex pass from Season 8. And honestly, it's not even close. This pass got a whopping 57 points, which is 4 more than the previous one. Just like with Season 10 pass, this one also has 8 3s and only 1 0. But this one has less 1s and more 2s. This pass both manages to be really consistent while also having lots of great highlights. But let's get the stinker out of the way first, which is the Super Sealant Staff uniform, which is literally just a recolor of the already bland Park Guard uniform from the Season 1 pass. This isn't even the only cosmetic that's just a recolor from a Season 1 outfit, as they also did with the Super Sealant Visitor outfit, which is basically just the Saw Visitor outfit but in a weaker color scheme in my opinion. It still got 1 point due to how great the design of the original is, even if this one is a worse knockoff. Everything else here is amazing as a whole. Let's do the weapon skins first. The Clownfish Jack, Fish Tank Egg Launcher, and Shark Laser are all phenomenal weapon skins. The Sip emote is my second favorite emote after of course the Club emote from the Season 10 pass. And then there's the Orca Commemorative Cup, Octopus Hoodie, and Jellyfish Umbrella, which all have such insanely awesome looking designs. Like man did they cook with this pass. And we're still not done with the highlights, because there's also the Dolphin face paint. I'm a face paint lover in this game and this was the first one of these we've ever gotten. Before that, the only cosmetics that the face spot had was beards, which obviously don't always fit to your animals. Seriously, giving us more diverse cosmetics for the face was such an amazing thing, and it all started here. There also are just so many 2-pointers here, mentioning all of them would take an eternity. But some of them are the shark swimsuit, Temaki, fish glasses, and the otter mini pet. Yeah, the pet isn't even one of the highlights here. The otter is really cool and all, it's just not quite on the level to getting 3 points in my opinion. This was also the first animal pass to have a photo booth background as well. Lastly, this pass is just super nostalgic for me. I started playing during Season 7 and it didn't take long until Season 8 came out. It was a huge and amazing update. And when I first saw this pass, I thought this was the greatest animal pass ever. And I was right, as it's still that even to this day, and will likely even remain so. It's gonna take a whole lot to top this one. And that was it. This was my ranking of every animal pass in Super Animal Royale. I hope you all enjoyed this video and we see us next time. Goodbye.